Hi, Arun. Good morning.
Hi Prashant, good morning. Yeah, let's wait for a few more minutes for people to
Yeah,
join.
sure. Sure, sure.
Hi Arul, good morning. Hi Prashant, good morning.
Hey,
Hi
Bhaskar. Good
Bhaskar,
morning.
good morning. Yeah, let's wait for 2-3 minutes and then let's start the session. Bhaskar. Let's see who else are joining.
Yeah, I think today forgot our what people.
Don't know.
Yes, people.
Hi,
Yeah,
Arul. Good morning, Ravi Jain.
yeah. Hi Ravi, good morning. Okay, let's start the session so that people can join in between and then yeah. We are going to share the recordings, right? So if they are missing the class, they can see it and they can grasp it. Otherwise, they can come up with some doubts on the next class and we will sort it out. Okay.
So Arul, these recordings till what time we can access?
Sorry, Bhaskar.
So I'm,
Yeah,
I'm asking like these recordings till what time we can it can be accessible?
it's completely in YouTube only. So all the
Okay,
time, like until unless
okay,
I remove those videos from YouTube,
yeah,
yeah, that is accessible.
okay. So I think you have given granted that right only for attending people only that access.
Actually, I shared that link, right? So
Yeah,
that link is not a public link. Okay. So that
okay,
link is only like if you are sharing it with some other people, whoever is having that link, they only can access the set of videos there.
okay,
Okay,
okay.
I
Got it.
didn't restrict it on the set of people here. So if you are sharing it to someone else who is not part of our classes, they can also access the recordings. But it's
Oh,
up to the people who are holding the links, right? So
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
cannot restrict them. Yeah.
Because you can give like the Gmails which we have shared, so you can restrict right for the attending people only.
Yeah, I can make it private. But the problem is like if I make it private and someone is trying to access that from some other ID, right?
Hmm.
So that time they
Yeah.
will struggle. That's why I was just keeping it like a unlisted video. Unlisted in the sense like if they are having the link, then only they can access it. If you go to my channel with some other ID or in private window, you cannot see this video like this. So let me share my screen. See here I'm accessing YouTube, right? So this is my channel ID. Okay, so if I am switching this account to my ID. And now if I go to data recovery, okay, this is the channel where I am uploading the videos, right? So if I go there, if you go to these videos, you won't see any of our videos. Only this introduction class only was there. Okay. Then if you, even if you go to this playlist also, you cannot see the playlist what I am sharing. Okay, so that's accessible only through that particular link only. Even if I am an admin, then how I can do, I need to go to my channel. And in my channel, even though in my channel also, I am not able to see this in the playlist. I need to go to YouTube Studio and there only I can access this playlist.
Okay,
So
got
if I
it.
go
Yeah.
to content, yeah. So these are all not public actually. Okay, this one. Right? So here only I am uploading all these videos. So these classes can be accessible only through the link which I shared you guys. So yeah, see here I made it as unlisted, right? So what it is saying, anyone with the video link only can see the video. This won't appear on my channel page and it won't appear on the search results as well. Okay.
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you create a playlist out of my videos, then that is also will become public like this. Okay, it's always better. If someone wants to learn something, if you want to share, yeah, please feel free to share. Not an issue. But the main purpose of this is to keep you guys revised on this content. Okay, so this is how our YouTube playlists work. And we hope most of the people joined. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, let's start with today's class. Okay. So up to yesterday's class, do we have any doubts? Like in yesterday's class, we have covered about functions. And before that, we have covered about the basic structure of Python and the core components of Python like this. Anyone having any doubts up to day 7? So that we will see that first and then we will jump onto the class 8.
All good from my side.
Yeah, thank you, Sujit. And what I'm asking you to do is there is one more request from my side. Like if you are going through these notebooks, right? So whatever programs you are seeing or whatever assignments here, right? So try practicing these things. Okay, these and all are the simple assignments we have. Okay, so there are two requests from my end. Okay, so two requests in the sense like we are doing programming after a long time, right? So in that sense, anyway, you might have familiarized with some programming, some other programming languages, but you want to learn Python, right? So when you want to learn something new, so my advice is like my request is always take out a pen and paper. Okay, in pen and paper, what you can do is like whenever you are seeing a program like this, or whenever you are trying to think of some program, okay, don't code anything directly in the Python notebook itself. First, what I am asking you to do is please write it on the paper first. Okay. Then whatever you have written on the paper, just try to code it in the Google Colab code cell. Why I am asking you to do this exercise is there is a high chance that whenever you are writing something, there is a high chance that your brain remembers that very fast. Okay, so manually writing programs on Notepad or whatever notebooks you are having with pen, that will surely imprint some part of learning into your brain directly. Okay, so some 70 percentage, you can remember it again and again. So that because this programming language, as I told you earlier, you will tend to forget even if you don't touch it for 1 week or 2 week or 3 weeks like that. Okay, so to overcome that issue, what I'm requesting you is like we have covered so far about up to these 7 classes, right? So wherever you are seeing an example, wherever you are seeing a Python program, or wherever you are trying to write a Python program, like for this assignments and all, okay? First write it on the pen and paper and then put this code into this Google Colab cell and try to execute it. Okay, so that will gives you more confidence on approaching the programs, because when you write a program, your brain itself will act like a compiler. That time itself, you will try to detect what error you are making. Okay, so this is one request from me, like write the program in pen and paper and then feed it to the Google Colab cells. Okay, and one more request from me is, like I have already asked you to create a GitHub account, right? You remember, right? In our first class, we saw how to use this GitHub repositories, right? So just go to GitHub and go to this home page. Okay, go to any of these trending repositories. Okay, so here if you see these trending repositories, right? This is not showing, but if you go to explore, okay, here we can do GitHub/explore. Okay, so so you can have lot of trending repositories, right? So here you can see like there is something called Python like this, right? So whenever there is a Python repository, if you are seeing any, don't go with this TypeScript and all, okay? Wherever you are seeing some Python repository, just go into this, okay? See here, this is a Python repository, right? So if here you can see a lot of Python code inside these repositories. Okay, so this is an open source project. Okay, so what they are doing is token price estimation for 400 plus LLMs. You don't even need to understand what exactly this is. Okay, whenever they are having a link, just try to click on this and you can see like what exactly this repository is doing. Okay, so they are doing some agent ops likewise something. Okay, so what you can do is you can simply go to this tests or any folder, whatever folder you want. Okay, you can find some py files, .py files. Okay, just go to it and try to understand what they are doing inside the program. Means that like whatever we have covered so far in the classes, right? So this this window is calm. Okay. So whatever we have covered up to this day 6, day 7, right? So we have covered functions. See here they are using functions like this. Define a function and they are defining it, right? And it is written, it should return a string like this. Okay. Likewise, they are doing a function and here they are checking an if condition, right? Along with that, they are doing a function called starts with. So we don't even know what starts with because they are accessing this function from this library like this. Okay. Likewise, you just try to correlate whatever we have studied so far by going through any of the Python program which is available in GitHub, because these and all are open source programs, right? So why I am asking you to do is like then only you can try to understand where exactly these concepts are getting fit. Okay, so that will again improvise your programming confidence. But don't get jargonized or don't get afraid because of what they are writing here. Okay, you don't need to understand everything completely. That's not required. But at least you will come to know. Okay, this for loop. Okay, we have used as an iterator, right, in our program. So if you go through something like this, you can see like okay, in what they are doing, they are just incrementing some tokens, right? And then they are doing a for on the dictionary. This is a key value, right? So this is a dictionary. So they are taking these items and these items comes as a dictionary for them. And there they are iterating it as a key value. Okay. They are using this len function, right? They are using this comparison operator. There is an if condition over there, right? And we saw about return on yesterday, right? See in this class. In our class 7 yesterday, we saw about return. We saw return on yesterday. So see here, we are returning contacts, right? Like this. So these things and all you can correlate and try to understand with the code which is already available over the internet. So why I am asking you to do these two exercises, So this is not like you need to do within these 15 days and you can forget, right? So you need to do it in you for your rest of your life. Why I am asking you to do is like even if you are not doing any paper programming also, if you are seeing a code again and again, okay, there will be a high chance that your memory will be getting imprinted with the programming. So your brain itself will try to act like a compiler. So whenever you are doing programming, that time you will have that fluency because you are already familiarized with these programming concepts. Right? So now we are just simply seeing the syntaxes. We are not writing any complete code so far, right? So to make you that much fluent, for that particular purpose only, I am requesting you to go through any of these programs like this. See, take for an example, this is a complete Python program, right? See, here they are doing a file opening, right? So you just try to understand what is happening exactly with our limited knowledge, which we have covered so far. Okay, so the limited information only we have covered so far, right? So with this information alone, limited information in the sense, this alone, I can say like some 70-80% of the Python got completed. Okay, so with this, if you are doing these two approaches, one is paper programming, and the second approach is going through someone else's code which is already present on the internet. So if you are doing these two regularly, then I am damn sure that at one point of time, you will be very fluent on any program. Not only I am talking about Python. Okay, at some point of time, you might be having some occurrences to cross-reference some other technology programs, like take for an example, Next.js, Java, right? So for motivating that kind of approach, for that only I'm asking you to do this as a regular exercise. And after one point of time, everything will be taken care by AI. So for that also, you need to know what is a function, what is a module, and how you are handling these data structures. Otherwise, even if the AI generated code also, we cannot know like how we are going to solve any errors. Okay, in our classes also, this day 11, right? So this day 11, we are not going to write anything, any single line in Python, but we will completely depend on AI to write code for us. Okay, even if AI gives me a code, right? So you need to know where exactly to fit in the code and how exactly to execute that code, right? So for that particular confidence only, we are having this entire Python programming class. Okay, I think I hope this gives you a clear picture on what we are going to do from this point onwards. Okay, so please take up a notebook and start writing programs. Okay, or start thinking about some programs. Okay, so do it on a daily basis, like at least spend some 15-20 minutes on this activity, and then always spend some 15 to 20 minutes on a daily basis to go over this GitHub or any code repositories which is available out there. I can tell you one more, like Hugging Face is there, right? So this we will cover when we are covering up the generative AI stuff. Okay, so here also you can see a lot of models like this. If you go to the spaces, okay, so these spaces are running on top of these models. Okay, so how to use a model? If you want to know, see, this is there, right? So if I go here, go to these files, see there is an app.py file. So if you go here, see this is a complete Python stuff, right? So there is something called Gradio that also we will cover when we are thinking about this generative AI stuff. Okay, so I hope this makes a clear picture. And then we are jumping on to today's class. Okay, so today's class is class 8. So today's class is all about modular programming. Okay, modular programming is nothing but like yesterday we saw about functions, right? So you can think of if you are having multiple functions, okay, and if you are saving these functions in a file, okay, so that file is named as module. Okay, if you are saving an entire program, entire Python code consisting of functions, classes, variables, and runnable code. Okay, so that you can save it in the format of .py file. I'm not talking about this Python notebook. Okay, there is another format called .py file, right? So that .py file you can save it here. Okay, take for an example. If I want to, yeah, see in this yesterday's class itself, we have something called this context, right? So what I can do, I can simply take out. Where is that? Yeah, this do it yourself challenge is there, right? So I am just taking out this code. Okay, I just took out this code and I can create one more file here like this. Okay, so this is how you can manage files in Google Colab. There is a folder icon here in the left side bottom. Here we have this table of contents. We have explored this, right? The same way we have something called after this variable explorer, the secret keys. Then we have something called files. So go to these files, okay? And here there is a button called new, okay? Or you see here there is something called upload. Okay, you can upload it. You can create a notepad file like this. Need to do just a minute. I can right click in this files itself. I can right click and I can create a new file. Okay, so this new file might contain module1.py likewise. Okay, so in this new file, what I can do, I can edit it directly. If I double click this, there is another text editor opens on the right side. Okay, so here I can paste these contents. Okay, so this alone, if I am saving this, okay, so what it is doing, it is having something called as variable. This is a contact variable, right? The same way we have something called a add contact. And same way we have a get contact. And the same way we have print contact. Okay, so here they are doing add contact. I am just taking it out. Okay, so what I can do is I can save this off. Okay, so now I have something called module1.py, right? So this is called as module. So this module, what I can do is I can do an import like this. Import module1. Okay, means that this module1, whatever functions are present inside this module1. Okay, so this I can use it inside my program. Okay, so what it will do here, here I am just putting this one. So now I can ask like module1 dot add contact like this. Okay, module1 dot add contact. So this one I am not executing anywhere inside this IPONB notebook. What I am doing, I am giving these functions and variables. Okay, so whatever is required for this. Okay, and then again what I am doing module1 dot print context. Okay, I was what I am trying to do. I am just creating a module in the name called module1.py. Okay, so this module is nothing but a collection of functions and variables. Okay, so this DEF yesterday we saw, right? So this is a function and this is a function. This is a function. So I have three functions over here. Okay, so what I am trying to do, I am trying to import this entire module1.py. So this is module1.py. Okay, so here in this, I am trying to access this function. So this module1 is already there. So inside this, I am trying to do an add contact. Okay, here what is the parameter? There are two
Arul,
arguments.
can you please share the today's class Google Colab link?
Yeah, sure. Sorry.
Arun, is this something similar like a class
Not
which
exactly class Guna. Like we have a packages. We have some packages in Java, right?
Yes, yes.
Same similar kind of packages like this. It's a collection, it's a group of functions. Okay, we have something
Uh,
called packages also. Packages is collection of modules.
Yeah, it's a functions. Okay, fine. Our customized functions. See
No,
here
not
we
like
are.
customized functions. Module is
Mhm.
nothing
Yeah,
but a
thanks, Arun.
program. Okay. Yeah, I just pinged in the group chat. Okay, module is nothing but a program. This is like a Python program. Okay. So this Python program, you are reusing it anywhere using this import function.
Okay, got it.
Take for an
Can we
example, in
restrict
Java,
that?
you are writing one class, right? You know Java, right? So in Java, you are writing one class, and that class, after it becomes an executable one, then what you are doing, you can utilize that class in some other classes also,
Yes, yes.
right? The same way here, you can save this as a file first. Okay. So now in my file, this is module 1.py. This is completely different from our IPONB file. Okay, this has
Yeah, yeah.
nothing to do with my IPONB file. This is completely different. This is just having the .py extension. So this is a different file. So inside that different file, we have these variables, we have these functions, right? So these variables and functions, if I want to access anywhere inside my IPONB notebook, so this is a separate entity and this is a separate one, right? So here, if I want to access this particular functions, okay, so what I need to do, I need to import this module here. Okay, so this is called as a module. So this program is called as a module. Like say I'm like your Java class. So one complete class, inside one complete class also you can put multiple classes, right? The same way, one complete class, you can think in that way. And that complete class is what? So that's a complete file, right? So that complete file is having variables as well as functions. Okay. So you can access this contacts, you can access this add contact, you can access this get contact, you can access this print contacts as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
got it.
So for that particular purpose, what we are doing, we have this thing as a separate file now. So this one I can use it in my program, which is in IPONB. What I need to do is I need to import this module one first because module one is my program, right? So I need to import this first. And after that, I have imported this, right? So inside this module one, there is add contact, right? So I can access my function like this, module one dot add contact.
There is no something kind of accesses modifiers, something like that. We can restrict private or public. There is nothing such kind of things in Python.
No, we don't have any private public kind of stuff. We don't have access modifiers mostly in Python.
Okay.
Okay, so that kind of confusions are there in Java. If you know Java very well, then Python is like very simple stuff, right? So in Java, you need to care about a lot of things, right? So you need to think about the function return types. You need to think about the access modifiers, right? You need to think about the scope, and
That's
you need to carry over the objects, right? So those kind of confusions and all will not be there in Python. Okay, it's a simpler programming language.
Okay.
It's an abstract over abstract, I can say.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So behind
got
the scenes, it will automatically take care of everything.
Okay,
Okay.
got it.
So this is how we can access a module. So module is nothing but it's a separate program. It's a separate .py program. So inside this, we can put whatever functions we want. We can declare whatever variables we want. Okay. So this is what we are covering here with this importing specific functions, creating your own module. Right. So this is where, so this is how we have created our own module, right? So inside this function, okay, what we need, like inside this module, I just need only this add contact. Okay, I don't want to execute the complete module. Okay, so for that, what I will do, I will simply do like from module one. Instead of doing that, I can do like this also. From module 1, import what? Add contact alone. Add contact and print context alone. Okay. So what it will do, it will simply import these two objects alone from this module. Okay. Now if I execute, it will simply execute this add contact and print contacts, right? Previously it was executing this also. Right, you remember, like if I don't do like this, okay, let me come on this line. Instead, if I am importing entire module, okay. So if I do like this, what it will do, it will simply take out the complete stuff. So here I have a print statement, right? So this print statement is also trying to print. It's not doing, previously it was doing, now it is not doing, okay. Something is wrong, or else I can do like module 1 dot get contacts. Get contact of John. Okay. See, now it is printing this, right? So if I don't want to import this get contact, and if I want to import only this print contact and add contact, okay. So by that time, what I can do like this also. So now I don't have access to this get contact, right? So that time also it is taken because previously it imported, right? So I need to destroy the runtime. Need to disconnect and delete the runtime.
Arul, do we have predefined modules in Python? Or it
Yes,
is
yes, we
built
have
in?
lot of predefined modules in Python.
Okay.
That's what we are coming to see on the next thing. Okay, if I disconnect and delete the runtime, it will work. Wait, because if I disconnect this runtime, this one will go off. So let me download this first. Okay, and then see whenever you disconnect and delete a runtime, right? So what happens? Your module.py will go. See, if I do a reconnect, see your module.py is gone, right? So whenever you are disconnecting and reconnecting a runtime, okay, it will try to connect to some other file system or some other machine, I can say. So there your stored information inside Google Colab that will go off. Okay, see now it cannot access this module. Why? Because we don't have this module, right? So if I want to have that module, again, I need to upload this. I have downloaded this, right? Okay, now this module1.py came in. So now if I execute, see, this is saying that get contact not found, and then it was not module1 not even, right? Only I'm importing, right? Okay, I have uploaded this. Okay, let me try to create this. Even if you don't use this also, this accessor also, it will work. Okay, to see. See, this get contact is not defined, right? So means that what I did, we have tried to import this add contact and print contacts. Means that we are just trying to see only these two functions from this module. We are trying to get these two functions alone only in module from the module. So here there is a get contact, but I am not importing it, right? So means that Python will think like, hey, this is not required. Likewise, it will simply allow me to import only these two functions. If I do an import like this. Okay, if I am doing import for get contacts also, then only this will be visible to Python. Okay, up to that point, these two functions only visible because I have explicitly mentioned from this entire module 1, I just need only these two functions. Okay, I don't want get contact like this. So if I want get contact, either I can specify get contact also here. Otherwise, instead of that, I can simply import the entire thing from module. Import module 1 like this. Okay. If I do entire import, that time also, because previously I have imported, right? So that import is overriding this, it seems. Okay, so this is how modules in Python work. So module is nothing but it's a collection of functions and variables. Okay, so up to this point, any doubts? So that we will see like how to import the built-in modules as Sudhir was asking.
Arul, I have a question. Like, so whenever you do changes to your, let's say there are three functions in module one, right?
Yeah, right,
So
Srini.
you specifically defined add and the other one, print one. So
Yes,
let's
right.
say tomorrow I want to get the new one. So do we need to reconnect it again? I didn't understand this logic. If we
Because
end up with
this collab is not inside our machine, right? So we are not
okay, it's
we are not
only
owning this file system.
okay, it's
Okay,
only in
see,
Colab. If I'm using in
yeah, if you are
Jupyter, then it
doing in
won't do.
Visual Studio or Jupyter, it won't do like that.
Okay,
Okay, because
okay.
this is even if I disconnect and delete the runtime, what happens? This module 1.py will be gone. See,
Yeah, yeah, that yes. Yeah, because we are
so if
getting
I do
the
a
memory
reconnect,
dynamically
yes,
allocated
correct.
in Colab.
Yeah, because again and again it's reconnecting, right? So when I am doing this, because this is a free use stuff. So what Google do? Google will simply allocate my memory again into some other system. So this IP is completely different. So it's on some other
Yeah.
cloud machine, likewise. So by that time, whatever I am uploading here, this will be destroyed. So when you
Okay.
want to create your own modules, I prefer don't use Colab. Or else you can use it on your own runtime. You can do it on a hosted runtime. So in that sense, connect to a custom GCE VM, right? So means that this will be specifically on your VM. So this one we need to pay and we can get like this.
Okay.
Okay, otherwise better to use this Jupyter notebook for doing this modular programming. See now module itself is not there, right?
Mm.
So this is how module works in Python. So module is nothing but it's a collection of functions and variables. Okay, so the same way we have some built-in modules also. So this is a built-in module, math, right? So this math is a built-in module. So what we are doing, we are importing math, and in that math, we are accessing the square root function, right? So we can do like this as well. So math dot square root, if we do, what it will do, it is simply accessing this math module. And inside that math module, there is a square root function, and that square root function needs to take a parameter of 25 or any number. Okay, 5, 6, 7, whatever it might be. Okay, so it will simply do the square root functionality. We are not going to write the square root functionality here, right? So this is an inbuilt module. This is a built-in module, I can say. So Python is having a lot of built-in modules like math, OS. There is something called OS. OS is also some built-in module. So if you want to do some IO operations, what we will do, we will be simply importing OS. Okay, IO means input output operations. If we are doing something on the operating system level or any manipulations on the hardware level stuffs and all, so by that time we will be using this OS module. Same way we have this math module, OS module. Likewise, lot of built-in functions are there in the Python. Okay, so the most popular is math module. So inside this math, we have round, lot of functions are there.
Can we find what are all functions there in math? Can we see the?
Yeah. There is something called a DIR. Okay. See, take for instance. You can do like this. Print DIR of math. Okay, so this will give me whatever functions are present in math. Okay, so this math is containing this doc, loader, name, package, spec, acas, assin, all these functions. Okay, so you can use any function you want from this math module. Right, there is a pi function also. There is a radians, there is sine. Square root now we are using here, square root, right? The same way we have tan, right? All the mathematical operations are present here.
And one question, Arul.
Yeah,
Like
Prashant.
this project related real-time scenarios for this whatever the .py files we are created, right? Where we
Yeah,
can store this?
yeah, in our Visual Studio Code only. So the same thing what I will do. You download this. I need to do yes. And then I am downloading this. Right, I can download it as an IPYNB file. Right, so this IPYNB file I can open it in Visual Studio. See, in Visual Studio also you can, if you are having a local Python environment. Okay, so what you can do is here I am opening this folder. Just saving this to your new folder. Okay, so the thing is like your IPYNB file and this .py file should be in the same folder.
Okay.
So this one which we download and install in our local, that will be
Yeah,
pointing to our storage, I mean laptop
yes,
storage.
correct. Yes, yes, right, right, Subir. Yeah. This will be pointing to our local storage. See here also you can execute the cells. See here there is a play button, right? If you do it, it will connect to your local Python and it will try to execute.
Okay.
See, it's printing this, right?
We can use this in a number of projects, right?
Yeah,
This project.
yeah, right, Prashant. Yeah. So most probably you will be using Visual Studio Code or else Jupyter Notebook as well, as Bhaskar showed in the first class, right? You remember
Okay.
there is something called Anaconda Jupyter. So that also you can download and use. So when you deal with creating your own modules, okay, the better idea is to do it locally, not with the Google Colab. Why? Because Google Colab is having the ability to destroy it because we are using its free tier. It's every time it's provisioning a different machine. Okay, so it's not on the same machine, not all the time. So the storage might be deleted like this.
Okay.
Okay, so that's why when you do a modular programming, so if you are creating a .py file itself, it's better to play it in the local one. Okay. So this is how modules work. And then, yeah, we have created our own module, right? So we have created our own module. Like this, we can simply save this and we can import this, right? And we can access that function inside this imported module. Okay, and now we saw the DAR function, right? So what it will do, it will simply list out what and all functions are present in the module, or what and all variables also. So even if you declare a variable also, that also will be coming under this DAR. So the DAR is nothing but directory, you can see. Okay, so this directory function is used to list all the names in the module, which includes functions, classes, and variables. Okay, there is something called classes also. Okay, so that classes is nothing but a collection of functions and variables inside a program itself. Okay, that program name itself. Yeah.
Arul, good afternoon. Sorry to interrupt. Arul,
Yeah, Gunnar.
earlier, right, I have seen you imported module one, and after that, uh, we no need to make, I mean, if any functions, if we have to call
Mhm.
like module one dot function and all. So if we want to access, we can access that. right? As you showed
Yeah,
earlier.
you can access directly also. That's not an
Yes.
issue.
Suppose
But
if I
because
have, if I have,
if you have duplicate functions on multiple modules, right? So that time only you need this
that's what.
access. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my question actually. See, suppose if we have multiple modules and we have duplicate similar kind of functions in that we were not aware, right? In predefined modules, what in depth what we will have. So
Yes,
suppose
correct.
duplicate will be there, and if we are calling in the same way, then it in compile time or runtime.
Yes, correct. And one more thing is like if it is having the parameters, exact same parameters, that time only it will be a duplicate. Okay. So the number of parameter changes. In that sense, it will not be duplicate. You can use it as it is like that. So Python will understand saying that it will try to match this particular thing with your function name along with the number of parameters. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
That's how these modules work. So this is all about modules. So any doubts on these modules so that we will jump into packages after that. Okay, I take the
One last thing.
silences.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah, Subir.
so can we get the underline how it is doing for the function? Like we have all these functions using in math, like doc,
Yeah,
loader.
yeah, correct, correct, correct. So these
Can we
and
read
all,
that?
this is also functions. Yeah, correct.
Again, this is a function. We can print that function definition, right?
Yeah, you can access this function like this, right? Math dot.
No, I'm just asking like if we need to
What is
modify
the
existing
logic
function
shared in that map?
just to understand the logic.
So I think
Understand the logic in the sense. Yeah.
Sudhir want to see the code which is written in the math function.
Okay. That access to mathematical functions. So this is a document. So this math function you want to see, right? So if you want to see that, then we need to go to the Python libraries and see that's it. So Python installation libraries will have this.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
So yeah, I will show you when we are doing a pip install on that.
Okay.
Okay. So in the packages we will see. Okay. How to use the external packages like this. Okay, so these and all are internal modules. This is a built-in module. Right? So this built-in module will be present on top of the installation library of Python. Okay, so
Okay.
that will have this list of functions and you can access this. This is a variable actually. This is not a function, I guess.
Mm.
Because see, when I try to access this math.__doc, see what it is returning. It is showing that this module provides access to the mathematical functions defined by the C standard. So I think this particular thing alone, they have stored in a variable. Okay, so that is why it is written like that. Because if I try to access this as a function, it is throwing another form. Right? So it's throwing another form. String object not column.
Got it.
So this is a string object, means that this is a string. So I can access it like this. So if I am accessing like this, it is showing this. Okay, so I guess they are declaring variables in these names. See, it's showing just math. This name is of math. So this is a variable, I guess.
No, the
So
reason
that's
I
why
asked,
they have differentiated, it seems. So this is a built-in function.
yeah, that's why I asked why it is enclosed with two underscores. Is there any reason like?
Maybe their own specification of writing variables. So that
Yeah.
depends on package to package, right? So they are using these underscores to denote variables, I guess. And these are all functions, our regular functions.
Mhm.
CA class, AC. I don't know what AC is doing. There might be
That's
some numerical operations.
Sine theta, cos theta, I think.
Yeah, sine theta, cos theta. Yeah. Cos is also there. It's trying to do a sine theta, cos theta kind of thing. Okay, I am weak in mathematics.
We're calling an intermediate syllabus.
Sorry, Prashant.
Recalling the intermediate syllabus.
Yeah. Yeah, this math module is mainly to play with mathematics. Okay, so mostly this will cover some of the mathematical functions, I can say, like this sale, cos, and mainly we use there is something called round, I guess. No, round is not here. Okay, pi is there, right? So the math that pi is always 3.14. So that one we will use. Pi is there.
Also, if we are directing into ML, it will be helpful. The math function is more helpful.
Yes,
That's
correct.
right.
Math function is more helpful in that case, in mathematics, because machine learning is like mostly, I can say like some 80% mathematics and 20% statistics, and the remaining part, whatever. So there is no remaining part, right? So that is that is the program.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. So up to this point, I hope everyone gets some idea, or if we are having any doubts, we can bring it up so that our next class we will continue on the Python packages, because these Python packages are very, very important. So this is nothing like this is like collection of this modules, I can say. Okay, let's touch base this and we will wind up this session. And our next classes we will be seeing pip and then string operations. Okay, so Python packages is nothing but like now we have only one module, right? So don't think about this math. Okay, so actually this math itself might be a package. Okay, so this my module is there, right? So think about this one. So this one was our own module. So that module we have declared these functions already, and we are accessing this function anywhere outside of that program by simply importing that. Right? So that one is only for one module. Okay. Likewise, we might have multiple modules, right? So I cannot write like module 1, module 2, module 3, module 4, right? So what I can do, I can simply combine everything and create a package. And I can distribute that package as well. Okay. So that's where this Python packages come into picture. Python packages is nothing but a collection of modules bundled together. Okay. So it might contain multiple Python programs. Okay, so every module will have a Python code, as we saw how a module works, right? So inside a module, we have Python code, then functions, classes, variables, right? So that we can use it again, reuse it again in our programs. Okay, so this is how we can import a Python package. Okay, not only module, math is already a package as well. Okay, I don't want to confuse you with math again. Okay, so instead we can see like something called request. Okay, so there is a package called request. Okay, so what it will do in this request, okay, you can directly access a function like this, or else inside this request also there might be some other modules. Okay, so that module you can access here, and inside that module again you can access a function like this. So how you can understand like this is, you open a notepad. Okay, so here you see module is nothing but collection of variables and functions. Okay, and also some Python code also. It can do it can have anything. Okay, so what package is? Package is nothing but collection of knowledge. Okay, if I have some 20 plus programs, what I can do, I can simply package it, right? And I can use it as a package like this. Okay, you can create your own package also, or else you can use some other package which is available in the internet. So how you can do it? So for using some other package, we have something called pip. Okay, pip is nothing but there is a huge collection of package list in Python. Okay, that you can see it in pypy.org. pypy.org. Okay, so here you can see a lot of packages. Okay, see how many projects are there. 5 lakhs projects are there, and it contains 11 million files. Okay, so whenever you want in, whenever we have any dependency, take for an example, instead of this, instead of a topic, see if I want to if I want to see any email related package, okay, I can simply click on email. Okay, it will simply show me like what and all email packages are there, like this. So for to install this, I can use this command, this particular package. Okay, so this package will have lot of functions inside this, lot of modules inside this. Okay, it's nothing but a collection of modules. Okay, so inside that collection of modules, what happens? So you can use this particular modules to reduce your programming effort so that you don't need to rewrite. Right? The same way NumPy is a package, NumPy pandas, right? So wherever you are seeing NumPy pandas, these and all are some packages. So this is to do some numerical computations, scientific computation, we can say. Okay, so inside that NumPy, you can do whatever numerical operations you want. So this is like a kind of a package. So in this package, there are a lot of modules. So those modules, again, you can inside that modules, there will be a lot of functions. So those functions, you can use it for your code. Okay, so before that, if you want to know about that particular package, whenever you go here, you will have a documentation page over here. Okay, so you can go through this manual. So you can go to this user guide and try to see what and all things are within this NumPy. Okay, if you go here, where is this one? This is used for linear algebra, all these things, right? So you can go through these documents and try to understand what exactly this package is. Okay, so this package, every package will have rich set of documentation. So that only user can go and access that package and they can use it. Okay. So this is how packages are. So mostly these are the external packages. Okay, so these external packages can be used, can be installed using a command called pip. Okay, pip is nothing but pip install packages. See, this is what is called as pip install packages. So means that this is getting this from Python package index. As I see this PYPA, right? So this is the biggest source for Python packages repository. See, Python package index is a repository of software for the Python programming language. Same way there is something called yarn brew. Okay, there is something called yarn package manager. Okay, so this is also on package manager. Like pip, we have pip, right? Same way we have yarn. There is something called brew. Brew is homebrew is for Mac OS stuff. Okay, so you don't use brew mostly, but we will use this pip and yarn. Okay. So mostly we use pip only. So pip is the Python package manager mostly. So this is having lot of functions, modules, whatever we want, which were already written by some other people. Okay, we are not going to, anyway, we cannot create most of the complex stuff from scratch, right? So this is having open set of libraries. So this is what signifies Python from other programming languages. Other programming languages are also having some frameworks. Even Java is having Spring Boot, right? Spring Boot starter, right? So what we will do, we will go to the Spring Boot starter. Input start analysis. So this is having Spring Initializer. So what it will do, you can you can just add all the dependencies and then it will create a Maven file for you. With this Maven file, if you import it into Java, it will simply fetch up all the jar files, right? The same way, we have something called pip in Python. So Python, we don't need to do this much heavy lifting as well. You can simply do a pip install on anything. So if you want to know, take for an example, even AI is there, right? So AI packages can be accessed from OpenAI. Okay, this is Python's OpenAI library. So inside these packages, they are giving some functions. So we can use that OpenAI functions. See, take for an example. Okay, I can give a key like this. Okay, see, I told you about OS, right? So this OS is nothing but it's on the operating system. Okay, in this environment, they are trying to get a key. So if you set this key, if you export this key in your operating system, this key will be available here. Okay, and also there is something called chat completion. So this chat completion is nothing but this is also part of this OpenAI package. Okay, so this OpenAI package will have this method, create method. Okay, so this create method needs these arguments. Okay, this messages as well as model. Likewise. Okay, so this might be a list. This messages is a list. Right now you are able to correlate what this is, right? So this is a list and this is a dictionary. So what it means? So this list is containing a collection of dictionaries, right? And this list is, so here you are doing a keyword argument. You are mapping this with the messages inside this create function, right? Same way you can use this OpenAI as well. You can install OpenAI and you can try to access ChatGPT like this. So this is GPT 3.5 turbo model. Okay. So this is how packages work. So packages, these are the external packages. Okay. So if you want to create your own package also, that is possible. You just need to put a collection of modules inside a folder and then that folder will become a package. See, this is a built-in package. Like math is also, math we saw it as a module, right? The same way we can call math as a package as well. Means that this math might contain multiple modules. Okay, when we do a DAR function, right? So when we did the DAR function, it was displaying all the stuffs inside that module, I told, right? So math might not be a module. Math might be a package as well. So in both the cases, we will be using this import statement only. Okay, so math might be having collection of modules. Okay, so whenever I tell about a collection of modules, it is indicating a package. Okay, so this package is a collection of modules, collection of programs. So inside that programs, I can access this function directly like this. Okay, same way we are having this request. So this request is nothing but this is a package. So inside this package, there is a get method which was previously defined. So what it is doing, it is trying to fetch whatever URL I am giving here, right? And store it in this response. So now inside this response, I can access the status code. See, even I can access the response.data as well. What else is there in the response? Response.text I can access. So it will return me the HTML. See? What it is doing, it is trying to get this page. Okay, instead of example.com, I can put any other page I want. Okay. There is a page called Kamile. 13. Okay, that's my domain. And if I try to get this, it's giving me a response like this. Right? What it is doing, it is trying to fetch my website, and this website will always return a HTML back to. Okay, so that one I am displaying here. So what it is doing is it is trying to use this package. So this package is request. Under that package, there is this function. Okay, there might be multiple modules inside this package. So out of that module, it is trying to access this get function. Okay, so this get function might be in module 1, module 2, module 3, anywhere, right? So we don't know. So inside that, it is trying to get this. And here in this get function, it needs a parameter, right? So that parameter is nothing but my URL. So whatever URL I have, I can give it. So what it does, it will simply go to this URL and get all the response objects. Okay, so so it is trying to do a request. So this is a get method, right? So instead of that, you can use post also. Okay, so this request is a package. So inside that package, we are getting this methods, this get method, and using the get method, I am trying to fetch a URL, and this URL will return me a response. Inside that response, I am trying to access the text. Okay, so this is how a package looks like. Okay, so this is all about packages. You can also create your own package like this. Okay, so here I used file operations. So these things and all, we will see it along with tomorrow's class. Okay, we will be seeing how to use this, how to do pip install, right? So now we saw pip install. So if you want to use it inside Google Colab, how you can do it? You can use it with the exclamatory symbol. So here you can do pip install. So here what it is, what they are giving, they are giving OpenID, right? So I can install this library as well. So if I give this, then what happens? It will fetch this OpenAI library and add it to my current runtime. When I do this, what happens? It is downloading whatever related to OpenAI. See, it is downloading, right? So these things and all, see now it got installed. So after this point, I can directly use this OpenAI libraries. Okay.
Arul, but it exits only till this session, right? I mean, till this runtime.
Yes,
Uh,
correct, Guna.
so-
After that, this will be destroyed. That's the beauty of Google Colab. Yeah. When I disconnect this, again, if I try to access this, any of this OpenAI related stuff, it won't work. Okay. So that's how it works actually. So up to this point, any doubt? Like we have just seen like how to use a package. Okay. We didn't create our own package. So in tomorrow's class, we will be seeing how to create our own package. And then we already talked about pip, right? So in pip also we have some commands. Okay, we can install, we can uninstall a package, we can upgrade a package, we can install a specific version of a package, right? So these things and all is possible with the PIP, package install, pip install packages. Okay, and then on tomorrow's class, we will cover up on the strings part because this strings part we didn't cover previously. Okay, so this strings also we will cover and we will end up this class 8 by tomorrow. So this class 8 is split into 2 parts. So today's class is class 8 part 1 we can say, and class 8 part 2 we will continue tomorrow. That is day 9. Okay, so I will be shifting this to day 9. Okay. So this will be libraries and strings. Okay, and if possible, if we have some time, we will pick up something from this day 9 as well. Accordingly, as I told earlier, we will be shifting the things down one by one if we are not able to cover. So until we get a good grasp on Python, then only we will start about this generative AI. Okay, so this is one of the most interesting stuff, and this is what is trending in the industry, right? So that's why we have a course here, right? So up to this point, any doubts, please bring up. Otherwise, yeah, you are feel free to drop. We have almost exceeded our class time.
Thank you, Arun.
Yeah, thank you, Sudhir. Thank you,
Thanks,
Sudhir.
Arun.
Thank you, Vinay.
Thanks, Arul. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Thank you, Ravi.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Bhaskar.